All right, welcome back. Wanted to talk about that condo I saw yesterday. I told the agent I would get back to them soon. We're gonna talk about the cost and why I wouldn't just grab that right on the spot. Looky here. Got a full cup of coffee this morning. Been working on my Cambodian. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the actual cost. The apartment's $300 a month. They told me if I sign a year lease, it would be $280 a month. Throw in a microwave. It's got housekeeping once a week. I would have to pay the electricity, where that is also something interesting. It's very well known that electricity here is very high. For electricity, that place, it likely would run me $150, even up to $250 a month. And that had 2 AC units. That was a small unit, so one should be more than enough, plus the ceiling fan. So the place I left in Philippines, if you follow my vlog, the guy had mentioned that my usage was fairly low, and I believe that because I'm not one of those people that require a lot of AC, but I don't want to go to bed sweating my balls off. Plus, I've kind of gotten used to it a little bit. The heat doesn't, I don't love humidity, but the heat doesn't bother me too much. I would prefer the Vegas heat. So, there you go. But, so that's a concern. So keep that in mind here. $5 for the water. Now, I am on a tourist visa, and if I picked up that place here, the thing I'm thinking about, if I picked up that place there, I would have to do a visa run. Immediately. Well, I would have maybe a little more time, but fairly soon I'd have to do a visa run and then come back and pay another $35 for an ordinary visa, and then immediately have my contact work on the business visa, which would be just a little over $500. The business visa, from my understanding, is multi-entry. So it's my birthday. I have a little window in my work. I do work just like you at the McDonald's drive-through. I work, and it's very unusual for me to work under 8 hours, and if I don't work, frankly, I don't eat. That's no joke. So I have a very real job, and I'm not rich. So if I paid for the place, I would be pay for a place here and pay for a place in Thailand, which I would hate to just go to Thailand and just fly right back. I would certainly like to stay, a week, 2 weeks, and maybe even a month. It is my birthday, and like I said, it is the one time where I have time off, real time off. So I wouldn't be so pressed by my schedule. And I have homeboys, and we want to sit around and puff pass, and I don't do any drinking, so it is an opportunity for me to, get some enjoyment for my time off, or my lower period. So there's that. And I'm just not rich enough to, do both. And that's the concern. And that's what I'm thinking about. The lady doesn't know this yet. They told me that this was the last unit. And I may only about halfway believe that. From looking online, there seems to be many nice places. And again, I know people here, so I know there are nice places. So let's talk a little more about the cost. I don't mean to jump around on you a little bit. I only had a couple hours of sleep. Maybe getting to bed maybe about 4 a.m. It is about 8 a.m. now. And I will try to work a few more hours here and go have some breakfast and send the agent a message. Many of the, vloggers online, live in Asia for, $1,000 a month. Siem Reap is probably within the top 3 cheapest places that I've been. The drawbacks to this place, for me, I don't love the food here. There are a few places I like to eat. And last time the lady here was, had a little restaurant thing going, and I was able to get some decent meals out of it. The apartment would allow me to cook, but I think about staying a year, and I just wonder. I enjoyed the apartment I stayed in over there in the Philippines, and it's kind of like the same thing. That place, the video from yesterday, that place had a fingerprint entry, no gym, but very nice, very secure place. So I was excited about it. So like I said, you got, let's just call it 300 a month. You have the electric and the water. And just that alone, we're sitting about 450. Now, I've already got one visa under my belt. I would definitely have to do another one, or I would have to do an extension. So we're talking about another 100 there, and then the business visa within 60 days. So just to kind of round and kind of give you an idea, I've been thinking about this. It would cost very near $500. That's without food. It's without anything extra that I would buy. I probably would buy myself a little bit better coffee maker. Try to get out from underneath those costs. And people ask, so why do you still go drink coffee and stuff like that? Otherwise, I would never leave my apartment. The beautiful place thing about this place here is if I don't stay here, I don't have to pay for it. And I could leave. I am paying $320 a month here. However, I don't pay for any electric, and I know the lady downstairs really well. So, even if I said, hey, I came here on, I believe it was like Flag Day and then Juneteenth, and I didn't really have any money on me, maybe more than $40. And I just told her, hey, I had to pay you in a couple days, and I was totally fine. That's valuable, because if I want to go, I could still get the business visa. And if I wanted to go to Thailand for a month or 2 weeks or 1 week, I could hop on the bus literally 2 blocks away from here and be over there and get away for a while. And the visa would be multi-entry, so I wouldn't really have to pay the $30, and I probably can build that into that $500 cost, and that would make it a little worth my while. But again, like I said, I don't have a ton of extra money or extra time, so I probably wouldn't be able to do that very often. But in a pinch, kind of wanting to hang out a little bit, that would be completely possible. And I wouldn't have to pay for the apartment over here, and I wouldn't have to pay for guest house or place to crash out. They have these hostels where you can get a bed for some cases $2 or $3 a night, and have a place to shower and crash out when you get tired or whatever. So and all that cost rolled into one. Of course, I did a little breakdown of the cost, would be probably very near $1,500. And that's provided that I would, stay in Thailand a short time, come back, be saddled with more visa cost and moving cost. And I gotta send her a message telling her that. I mean, it's very close. I like the place a lot. I feel like I would be happy there. But it's very important to understand that would move the cost closer to $500 a month, which is pretty expensive here. Even this place here, like I said, there is no electric, no water. The internet blows pretty bad, which hasn't been the case before. There's a guy out here, which he'll probably move on at some point, but he smokes like he's trying to kill himself tomorrow. And sometimes the smoke blows into my room here, which I don't care for at all. And he's coughing his brains out, like literally, like I'm like, hello, guy, what are you trying to do? Take a breather. So it would be 320 versus 500 is very realistic cost. And then, of course, I would be on the hook for a lease, so I'm literally here till next July. The costs also wouldn't start going down here till, let's see, so we got July, August, September. I probably wouldn't start getting savings till about, or feel a little relief till about October. My assistant was like, hey, just go look for a cheaper place or whatever, or, and this is one of those things like 300, I could probably find a place for 200. If you are looking at these places online, I know many people living for 150 to 200. So, the breakdown would be I'd be saving $25 a week. It wouldn't be worth it for me to save $25 a week. I'd rather have that place. The guy owns it, really nice. It's got its own internet box. So there's some benefits there. Plus it's a newer building, so the power outages, probably would be minimal. So it's got some benefits. And again, I know there are plenty of nice places, so you just don't know. what else they got, right? And then there's always, you know, I have considered, you know, some other places, doing some other things, if nothing else, to make some vlogs and get some more experiences. But anyway, I gotta take a dump. What can I say? Catch you on the next video.